What's up, Goldsmiths? I have talked to over 200 goldsmiths in the past 8 months, and here is what I have learned. So, I have learned that goldsmiths have several funnel problems. So, funnel problems from all the way from getting new customers, getting leads, getting traffic, all the way to making their model, their business model work. So let's just go down the list of the problems. So, number one is not enough customers. Always the number one problem with goldsmiths is that they don't have enough customers. So problem number two is that the gold prices are high, which means sometimes fulfillment of the jewelry items can be a little bit difficult because obviously gold is expensive, right? Then number three is that customers are cheap. So you go through the sale process and then a customer just tells you what they want and you say, yes, perfect, I can do that. And then they say, whoa, that's way too expensive. So customers are cheap. Number four, if customers buy, you still don't make enough per customer, right? And number five, very few repeat buys. So people don't come back again and again most of the time. I have had goldsmiths that said, yes, I have many repeat buyers, but there are few. So those are basically the problems most goldsmiths struggle with, at least what I've heard from talking to 200 plus goldsmiths. So let's tackle the first problem: not enough customers. So there's this entrepreneur called Alex Hormozi. He's American, Iranian American, but he always says this: no one knows you exist. Advertise more. So a symptom of not advertising enough is not having enough customers. So if you do not have enough customers, no one knows you exist, advertise more. So that's basically it. What we normally do is just run ads because we are local business shops, right? So we are local shops. So the best way is to run ads on Facebook and Instagram. That's what we do, Meta. And then we just get an enormous amount of traffic in, and then we can convert them into customers. So some goldsmiths want to do this organically, but that takes a lot of time, and it also takes an enormous amount of volume. So sometimes goldsmiths think I will get customers by posting on social media, but they do one post a day. Like it's way too little, right? So that's not enough customers, and then the gold prices are high. So this is a screenshot, by the way, of the price of gold in the last, I don't know for how long, but you can obviously see an enormous trend upwards. Like it has gotten a little bit out of hand, right? So there are two things that I want to touch upon when goldsmiths say gold prices are high, right? So number one is that what I've heard goldsmiths doing is that they just tell the customers if they have any gold that they want to be recycled, so that, for example, they can just recycle that gold that the customers have and then make it into a new custom jewelry. So that's number one. But number two, for that, you can just have a model fix. So what we do is a thing called client finance acquisition. It's not something we invented, by the way. So client finance acquisition is basically where you get one customer to pay for two more, right? So one customer pays for the acquisition of the other two. That basically means high ticket sales, right? You sell very expensive stuff, or you sell multiple stuff that gets you a big amount of money from one customer so that you can go out and get two other customers, right? So that's client finance acquisition. So if, for example, you're telling yourself like the price of gold is so high, this is so shitty, you could also recycle gold, but better business model is just using client finance acquisition, which basically means be better at sales. That's basically what it means. Okay, have a better model at sales. Then next problem: customers are cheap. This is true. However, if you have a sales system, then you're going to be able to have a systematic way of just overcoming the price objections. So this is way too expensive. Well, if you have gone through an entire sales script, an entire conversation with them where you ask them, just kept asking them questions, targeted questions, obviously not stupid questions, but targeted questions. And then at the moment of the sale, you price anchor your item, then upsell them plus cross sell them. And then if, for example, they don't take the upsell, then you, instead of losing the sale, you just go down to the downsell plus the cross sell, right? So that you can have that huge margin, right? And this, obviously, this has like customers being cheap has a lot to do not only with targeting, but with how good you are with sales overcomes, like price overcomes, right? Price objections. So that's customers being cheap. Like you can have a sales conversation where you just loop, like, why is it so expensive? Like this is okay. So it's not that it's expensive; it's just the value. You don't see the value enough. Well, how about if I add this and then this and then this? Will that be fine? No. Then you change a couple of stuff. You give a bonus. You give a guarantee. Then you right. So you can work around that. Plus, if you close, you always get 3 referrals. Obviously, you have to ask for them, right? So, for example, you can say, no, this is too cheap. Well, if I bump it down 30%, the price 30%, would that work? Yes, perfect. Then give me 3 referrals and I'll bump it down to 30%. Like you can use that as well when customers are being a little bit cheap. Okay. Then few repeat buys. Now I had a conversation with a goldsmith, and he said to me, I asked him like, do the customers come back again and again? And he looked at me like, no, we are not Netflix. And then I kind of understood that he thought that he wasn't able to differentiate between recurring revenue and reoccurring revenue. So recurring purchases and reoccurring purchases. So for example, what he said, Netflix, for example, is a great example of recurring revenue. It's a monthly subscription. Like for example, your phone, like Comvik or something, right? Your phone services, like that's recurring, right? It's a monthly subscription. But reoccurring is like the product is so good, the service is so good, the product is so good, the customer journey was so good, the customer experience was so good that the customer just comes back again and again and again. Now, a thing to say, we obviously are not Coca-Cola. So what we have to do to get repeat buys is actually ask them, like tell them, give them offers so that they can come back and again and again. So this is a very small list of what we basically give our customers on. First of all, wait a second. So let's touch upon what we need to do. So LTV sounds complicated. It's just customer lifetime value, right? Lifetime value of a customer. So lifetime value of a customer is basically when how much a customer throughout their lifetime spends in your business. That's it. How much do you get out of this customer throughout its lifetime, right? That's it. So what we want to do is maximize like as much money as possible in a lifetime, obviously, right? So just to give you a fun sort of statistic is that Starbucks, right, coffee, Starbucks lifetime LTV is between 14,000 and $15,000. Think about that. Coffee, 14,000 to $15,000. Like it's insane. Why? Because people just come back again and again, right? So what we want to do is just extend LTV. Now, how do we do that? This is a list of all the different seasons, times, periods that you can just ask them to come back, offer them, like give them an offer to come back. So you can have holiday campaign offers, like it's holidays, like it's the Christmas, it's New Year's, like those are the holidays, right? You can have birthdays. So you just ask them when their birthday is, when they come into your shop, click it on your calendar, and then have it automate to give them the offer. Or you could just call them up if you want. If you, it's better if you call them, right, during their birthday or just before their birthday, and say, hey, it's your birthday, you purchased from us, which means you're a customer from us, and we always give past customers a 50% off in their birthdays as a gift, plus a secret gift. You want to come in, like, right? So birthdays, then anniversaries. If they came in for a wedding ring, well, their wedding anniversary, they will want something else, right? Something nice. So you can give them a bonus. You can give them a free present, a free secret present, a discount, a guarantee. What, like, you can just offer them stuff on their anniversary, and then they will come back, right? And then you can price anchor, upsell, cross sell. If they don't take the upsell, cross sell, you just downsell them, cross sell them, right? And ask for 3 referrals, right? You just have the same process. And then viral cultural moment campaigns. You could just say, hey, this insane thing happened wherever, and therefore we want to give this camp. We are having this offer for the next 3 days. You want it? Like, you could just offer them that. Again, it doesn't really matter why you're offering them, but you should have a reason. Even if it's a stupid reason, you should have a reason, right? Seasons campaign, winter, spring, autumn, summer, midsummer, right? And then you can have repair and maintenance campaigns. Like, hey, we're having this campaign for 50% off for all repairs and maintenance, right? So for all the jewelry, you want in, and then when they come in, you repair it, you upsell them, you cross sell, you downsell them, right? So those are many, many different ways that you can just have them keep coming back, right? And extend their lifetime value, right? Extend how much money they spend in your shop throughout their lifetime, right? So that's our goal, right? So I just want to finish this video with, because we were talking about LTV, and customers just coming back. I want to leave you with a quote of Walt Disney. So he said, whatever you do it well, and do it so well that when people see you do it, they will want to come back, right? This is a quote of product, right? How good is your product? How good are you doing your product, delivering your product, giving them an experience to your customers, right? Because at the end of the day, you can say they are coming in for a piece of gold, but at the end of the day, they're coming in for an experience because they want that piece of gold, right? That beautiful ring to turn heads in their wedding. They want their friends, their girlfriends to come on and be envious about them because of the beautiful earrings that you made for them, right? So if they have those experiences, if you follow up with them, how did it go in your wedding, right? Send me photos. I love to see them. You look beautiful. That whole thing, like, make an exceptional product plus experience, right? Whatever you do it well, right? They will want to come back. So I want to leave you with that. Hope you found this valuable. The goal of business is to extend LTV, lifetime customer value, right? Lifetime value. So that's the goal of business. Keep customers coming back, keep more customers coming in, and everything will go well. BCS, Goldsmiths.